picking people off. You full burst combo people, rocket jump onto them with explosive shot, ultimate and stuff like that. But some of the extra caution probably, is advisable, as teams often do literally look for him on the map if they are behind towards mid game and try and find picks there and try and make, comebacks start that way. Let's get right into the pick.
Let's do it.
There you go. You're happy to see your, off the table flowers.
No more of him. We will also not see the Thresh. Silas as a first-round ban. Interesting.
So much respect to Palfox, okay? Yeah. And even last split, Silas was one of the big picks for him that he was impressing a lot of people on, even if they didn't end up actually winning the game. So, as stated, solo lanes are big for this matchup, and I like to see the respect, especially from teams that are on blue side right now. You have a bit more leeway for these target bans, taking away that Silas from Palafox. Then still, with the addressing the super high priority champions.
Yep, we've got the Varus now banned away. Renekton banned out by FlyQuest. Gwen will be their final ban, so exactly as you say, Licorice obviously knows the power of this champion, does not want to have to play versus that. So 2 top lane bans here. And hey, Rumble's up. Rumble's picked on blue 1.
Interesting, because Rumble early priority, as we stated, one of the most effective thus far counters has been incorporating Karma somewhere in your composition. The question then becomes, where do you want to stick the Karma? If you really want to invest in the Mantra shield speed up for those late game Rumble ultimates to get everybody off, get that AoE shield down, what position are you going to stick it with? I'm not going to freak out over Fiddlesticks hovers, though if it does get locked in,
they like to bamboozle.
I'm going to go full throttle on that. So
I remember you talking to me in previous events about how much you love to watch Fiddlesticks. We were having the conversation during MSI. You just want to cast a Fiddlesticks game. So we'll see. We'll see that Darius hover here. Let's see if we get to see 2 games in a row of that in the LCS. FlyQuest locking in the Lee Sin, locking in the Ezreal. Oh, the Ruin King himself might make an appearance. I highly doubt we're going to get Master Yi there, as Tristana locked in instead.
Honestly, again, looking at the choices that FlyQuest have made early on here, with the mobility that they pick with Lee Sin and Ezreal, maybe there won't be as high priority on drafting the Karma, answer towards Rumble, because both of them do have, high mobility options with the E, as well as the safeguard there to be able to get off them. But it's been so effective. And again, if you incorporate that, then you are indexing a bit heavy into some range and some poke. So they do lock it in. Again, this is, if you don't get it in this round, Karma gets banned out against teams that first pick Rumble. Because they don't want to have to deal with that later on. It becomes so much more difficult to keep people in place on your Rumble Ultimate. I will say that with the set pick, this is one of the most effective champions at, especially even in lane phase, even towards these dragon fights, keeping people locked up because there's so many options. Flashing in for your E clap with set, as well as using the dunk to reposition people, getting them really to get the maximum out of Rumble Ultimate. So I have liked this combination from the side of EG. Let's see if FlyQuest can whittle down on some more of the common combinations with Rumble. Nautilus is one, the ultimate, obviously very good at starting with those fights for them, setting up as an initial engage so that Set can find the flank angles or find the really good setup for the nice clap stun and really control that team fight so you get the most out of your AoE.
All right, let's see how the bans are shaking out here. We're in the second half of the draft. It's Akali banned out by Evil Geniuses. Nautilus will be banned away from FlyQuest. So much of that champion played in the support role that we saw at MSI, so teams still respecting that one. And more engaged support power banned away, not in Leona there. The bans for FlyQuest in the second half.
In general, I'd say if you are FlyQuest with these opening 3 picks, you are looking at a very damage-heavy composition.
Okay. So
usually you want at least one champion to pull it together with some sort of hard engage, some sort of long-range CC. And that brings up the options of, do we want to flex this Karma away from support role, or do we actually want to have the double poke lane, which can afford you early, push in the lane, plus then you'll have Karma later for the Rumble. But then that kind of invests you in getting your CC or your pick potential in a different lane. Does look like, with the Zoe, you do have the bubbles towards the mid game for fighting those picks, so that can be the setup. Again, very heavy poke. Very heavy poke and very heavy damage, but whenever you have that heavy of an investment, EG are like, we need to triple down on hard engage.
Yep.
biggest thing versus poke compositions, you need to get that engagement off before they get enough of a health advantage with their range.
Here's some power for you. Samira locked in for Danny, which means we're going to see the Tristana there in the mid lane. That means it should be Rumble in the jungle. Set might be up in the top side. He might be the support. We'll have to see what his last pick is. Now remember that the support for FlyQuest most likely not locked in yet. We have been seeing the solo lane Karma here so far.
Alistar, I guess, because Leona and Nautilus are very good bans. So you're looking at one of these frontliners. It's a lot longer. It's a lot more options here with Rakan than Alistar, because Alistar is great if you can get into your headbutt Pulve range, or if you like Pulve flash and can get some good flanks off and control vision. But Ignar as a Rakan specialist, very, very well known for this champion. Also very well known for, if he gets his hands on Rakan, he is coming deep into your jungle. He goes way out of his way to find flanks. He will go on super, super deep stealth missions to go all the way through the back of your jungle to try and find that flank, the perfect flank for Rakan to get in there to lock people up. As well as even looking at level 1 options, you know, Wing over either back of Dragon Pit or back of Baron Wall to look for those possible surprise plays. So as soon as you see this player and this champion, there's a lot of red flags that come up that you got to check.
Okay, I was obviously trolling earlier on accident because the Zoe got locked in. Of course, it's not Karma mid. Karma down there in the support role with the Ezreal. Very powerful poke lane there. And Wukong, the final pick of the draft for FlyQuest. Licorice playing that one in the top lane. There's some real engage power for this. Otherwise, I mean, 3 of these champions are very, very poke heavy, as you already said.
It does kind of give more structure to your team fight, which I do like. Yeah. And Jose on Lee Sin also gives me confidence in, you know, possibilities of trying to look for even a little bit earlier plays than you're looking for previously if they don't, you know, make this swap. So Lee Sin into Rumble, maybe they can get a deep ward, a level 1 off. I'm definitely going to have my eyes open for the level 1s here, especially with, you know, Ignar Rakan plus possibilities here trying to you know, get counter invades, deep wards on a Rumble jungle, and open up those options for Lee Sin. Jose, with this champion, he's used it so much on the rank ladder. Very, very flexible. So I'm super excited to see what he can get accomplished early.
Plus, it's such a flashy champion, man. I have missed the Lee Sin jungles. In the age of Udyr, I have missed what Lee Sin brings to the table in the game of League of Legends. So now it's time to see what Jose can do here on the Lee Sin. FlyQuest currently sitting at 7-13, one of the lowest teams in the standings. There's tons of games to play in Summer Split. Triple round robin, so plenty of time to catch back up, but we do want to see some spurts of life.
Level 1, baby flowers. I told you they're going to both be looking for it. FlyQuest swing and a miss towards this Pride Brush, and because EG went 5 strong down into the bottom brush, maybe they get a little bit of surprise play here. There is no sweeper on the side of EG, so they don't have a sweeper to go for the super hard push on their delayed invade, and they're actually just going to recall instead. Generally, if you're going to do the follow-up on the delay invade, need at least 1 sweeper investment from one of your players. Karma here on the side of FlyQuest. Of course, Dreams has picked it up, so maybe FlyQuest get the rebuttal.
Oh yeah, we could see it. It's 110 now. Svenskeren in that backside of the red buff brush.
Please late invade Rumbles. I love, yes, anytime you have the Rumble jungle here, see if you can get some early pressure, especially with the Lee Sin, who has so many options. And Rumble always looks to get more of a full clear. So exactly what we wanted. Get in there on that red. They also have the poke with the Ezreal Karma.
Oh, but they're going to collapse.
EG even have impact here. This is a full commitment for EG.
It's a 5-man commit, and it's a 5-man potential invade. Licorice is here too. This could turn very bloody very, very quickly. Ignar's going to take most of the damage here so far. Jizuke losing against Licorice there in the 1v1. Danny having to get away with the exhaust coming out, but now with a flash over the wall from Dreams, that's going to be a summoner spell expanded. Jose Deono, very, very low, having to get away now with a 200 HP. Johnson flashing over the wall too. So many summoner spells so very early. Impact's about to die if he ain't much more careful. Flash out to stay alive. Flash in from Licorice. Impact still alive with a knockup coming out from Ignar, who flashes back over the wall now himself. What in the world is this level 1 with another flash coming out now? FlyQuest, they managed to win the battle of the flashes. They'll secure the enemy red buff.
Ask and ye shall receive. We want some level 1 attention, Flowers. We get some level 1 attention.
Nobody... 3 flashes are left. We used 7 of them.
Nobody goes down, though, and we're already jacking up our poke damage numbers. Ezreal Karma early on throwing out a lot of this harassment, even at level 1. Zoe as well, even trying to get in there with the level 1 paddle stars. In the end, resulting in what they wanted, though. So, yes, it was kind of chaotic in how they accomplished this, but FlyQuest do accomplish it. So, good job, goal achieved there. Invade on Rumble, red buff stolen away, and in addition to all the cooldowns on Flash, which you have to remain calm after these level 1s and keep your timers for, also remember the investments of these trinket wards. This is one of the things that definitely goes kind of past the big notice of like, oh my god, who do we gank because they don't have flashes? They also are not going to have their trinket wards for normal jungle timings here, and Lee Sin can take advantage of those much more effectively than the Rumble can.
Okay, down here in the bottom lane, Johnson and Dreams, the power of that long-range combo of the Ezreal and the Karma, having control over this lane, getting it shoved up. Already 1 plate down at 3.5 minutes feels really good.
Definitely does. Ezreal Karma, just like almost every other poke lane, whether it's Caitlyn, you know, whatever you want, you're trying to siege up at the tower so that you get to use poke time while your opponents are trying to CS at their tower, make them drop CS while they're playing dodgeball.
You love to see it, well, unless you're the guy stuck under the tower, and then you hate to see it. But either way, that's the story of the bot lane. Despite no kills early on, the leads that FlyQuest found through being able to secure the red buff, in forcing their opponents to back and then have to get to lane a little bit late, they've got a near 700 gold lead just based off of those farm advantages. Jose Deodo is here in the bottom lane. We got the 2v2 breaking out with Danny going in. Remember that they don't have the summoner spells and Dreams is down. Jose Deodo looking to swoop in now, make this go a little bit better. Ooh. Sonic Wave not hitting the mark. Oh, that would have been a kill if he did it, but instead it is a 1-for-1.
Yeah, slick moves there from Danny. Barely dodges that Sonic Wave, and that saves his life. Them going in for the kill, though. You like to see EG with the aggressive bottom side. That's what people wanted when they sign Danny up and then promote him straight from amateur.
Okay, you can see Licorice got away there, so not too much more worried about the gank. We'll have to go back now. And hey, the teleport's not available. They had to both teleport into the top lane there with the start, so we will have to walk the long way back to the base now. Svenskeren looking to do a little bit of counter jungling, but just might be found out. Oh, the sleepy trouble bubble just wasn't quite enough trouble, and Svenskeren walks on out.
Hit that beach ball a little bit harder. Getting out a little longer range next time. So close. But this is what people wanted when the announcement of Danny went live. You know what? The highlight reel that people are playing to try and get you hyped up for him is the Samira pentakill. So they got him the Samira, and even after having summoners from Ignar blown early on, they go aggressive with it still because they know Dreams had to flash over the back of that Dragon Pit in the level 1. So they focus on him, and they do get the kill for Danny. Still, though, they're suffering in CS because of the nature of Ezreal Karma pushing you in, poking under tower, making you miss that CS. Plus, Jose, he returns to counter jungling this Rumble Flowers in the offseason. There was a lot of conversation over jungle camp changes. Never mind. Maybe we'll have some more action here. We don't have too much time for story time.
Oh, it's everywhere. The action is just happening all over the Rift. Licorice trying to run away from Impact, but Impact may have been baited into the wrong spot. Licorice, a true alcove gamer, baiting his opponent in. The haymaker comes out. Licorice nearly dies, but bop over the head with the stick, and he gets himself the second kill of the game for his team. We'll see if anything ends up happening down in the bottom side. Mid laners trading back and forth here a little bit now, and Jose Deodo will move into position to take the top side scuttle grab.
Jose, he's everything your team needs, Flower. Let the copy pasta flow.
Whoa. Oh my goodness, Palafox looking to take down Jizuke here with the 1v1. The bomb's about to explode. They trade even here in the mid lane.
Double KO there at the exact same time.
Oh, nicely done from Jose Deodo. He has the level 6. His opponent only the level 4, but his opponent has something better. Kobe, he has a buddy.
Support comes in, support diff, baby. It's a double roam. Once again, Ignar here on the recon. Signature champion for him is able to make the difference in the collapse towards a mid lane. Ooh, the excitement never fails here. Again, we've got our own boxing match in the mid lane going down here. Both mid laners, they go for the killing blows. nicely timed there as they both go down. 350 on the side reward there for Palafox, so he got paid slightly higher for that match.
Okay, you can see Danny trying to get away here from the back end of this fight. That's always one of the difficulties playing against a longer ranged opponent. After the trade, when you have to disengage, you're going to take a little bit of extra damage if not careful. Of course, Samira's W good at negating some of that and keeping him high health.
And actually the red buff that Ignar got off of the mid lane roam, killing Jose, does help Rakan a lot in a ranged matchup like this. This is one of the few times where you're like, yeah, my support got red buff, so Rakan can just hide in these brush, you know, and regenerate and continue to try and threaten for the all-ins.
Yep. We've got Jose Deodo over here on the Dragon now. Should be acquiring this first one here for the side of FlyQuest. Doesn't look like we're going to see anybody interfering with this. Svenskeren is on the bottom half of the map, still only level 5 here on the Rumble, so does not have the ulti even to try to yeet it over the wall and do something cheeky. Jose grabs the Dragon there. Sonic Wave, Resonating Strike, and the Smite gets it done. And does Svenskeren get level 6 off of that? No, still only level 5. Johnson with a nice arcane shift to get out of the way and make sure Ignar can't find the CC.
Yeah, just going into exchange cooldowns there. I was wondering maybe if you go for that exchange and you're trying to burn the arcane shift. Remember, this cooldown on this ability nerfed over the course of Ezreal's lifetime, so it's quite long.
It's very long.
Whenever I see trades like that where you know he has it up and you're probably not going to make anything happen on Ezreal, maybe they're just trying to burn the cooldown to set up for Rumble, who was on Krugs, but they don't have the follow-up there. So now goes in before the cooldown's right back up, but Dreams is here.
Yep, and just a little bit too far back to be able to get the knock-up. Just walking away was enough for Johnson to escape on that one. Jose Deodo heading back up topside here yet again, as we're already going to see the fight starting off. Licorice wants to go in. He's just winning the fight all on his own. Haymaker shield's already been used. Jose Deodo going in, looking for a little bit more damage as Licorice goes forward and grabs the kill. Equalizer comes down, but a flash out will keep the Monkey King alive. Jose throws out a Sonic Wave, Resonating Strike right back into the fight. Svenskeren will stand and try to fight him in single combat here. Jose Deodo underneath the turret will not have enough damage with the Dragon's Rage.
Yeah, and with that tower on him too, he takes a lot. Now Jizuke is looking for some easy pickings.
Cleanup crew's ready to go. Jose wants to get on out. Nope, it's not happening. Jizuke grabs one, and he airs on the side of caution. Will not dive underneath the tier 1, looking for a double.
Nice little move there with the roam up from mid lane. Mid lane push into roam. Such a big effect here because he gets to force out a TP, burns off a turret play by himself as well. In addition to that kill, what an efficient little roam up top for Jizuke. Gets the kill quickly, gets a turret plate on top of it, allows Svenskeren to even take down the early Rift Trail, the super valuable, where you're going to get a lot of money off of, further turret plates with this. So EG starting to swing right back here, and they're going to have a big amount of gold off of basically a play that was opened up by Jose taking those 2 turret shots, looking for the kick on Lee Sin and chasing a bit too far. Sometimes when you make these top lane plays, you really got to immediately call it off. You'll get tunnel vision, you'll focus really heavily on over chasing, but nice punish from EG there, and Jizuke makes it worth.
And I know I said air on the side of caution, but I like that Jizuke didn't try to find a second kill off of it, because going underneath the turret with a reset to make a double kill seems like a very Jizuke play, but showing that better restraint is what I wanted to see out of him here. So getting himself up to a 2-1-0 scoreline here on the Tristana. We'll see Jose Deodo down here in the bottom lane yet again. Maybe there's something to be found, but it doesn't look like it, considering Danny and Ignar are already firmly underneath the turret. Danny's W will not be able to block the damage from True Shot Barrage there, so nice little bit of extra poke coming out from Johnson. As we'll see the TP coming in, and Palafox doesn't want anything to do with that, but Jose, he's ready to make the play here in the bottom lane with the TP coming in to help them out. Enemy TP shows up now as well, as Ignar does not get a whole lot here with the quickness, but instead he goes to sleep. The damage comes in. It's just enough. Jose Deodo goes in and gets right back out. Danny is ignited, but he will not be killed. He runs away. His support now dead, and FlyQuest leading by a single kill.
Yeah, I'm going to say that the teleport got canceled by Licorice using his ultimate here, as you can see from the cooldowns. So Ignar is like, all right, our teleport's coming in. Ultimate, looking for a counterplay there, but with the cancellation, then has to immediately go into evasive maneuvers. FlyQuest do still get a kill and can get the extra cannon wave pushed in, plus the turret plate mined off bottom side. And man, I just love this meta, Flowers, because there's so many volatile lanes, so many options for creating jungle plays, and this is actually where you get to see champions like Lee Sin thrive in the jungle, and Jose has so many options. Now, you just saw him top side, right back down to bottom side. They're poking him in. You see the cancel on top side for the teleport. Sleep does land. That's going to mean it's an easy Q to go in there and finish it off. And kick for the disengage as well, so they do get the kill without anything happening. Just as expected, whenever you see that, it's probably easy cancellation there. Licorice does invest his cooldown of his ultimate to make sure.
I'm saying worth.
Yeah. Make sure that none of your teammates die on those tower dives. It's a really bad feeling as a top laner when your team's like, all right, we're going for 4 people bottom, and you're like, oh, they're diving bottom. And you get these death timers pop up on your screen.
Really unlucky. Or they ping your own teleport or something, just saying, where were you? How come this guy's here and not you? Now back in the mid lane, Palafox in some trouble with a stasis to stay alive. A very nice stopwatch ends up turning the play around, and FlyQuest have a 2-kill lead.
Yeah, Palafox has teammates behind him. Jose comes in, Dreams comes in, plenty of shields, and they just tethered Jizuke. Jizuke is so frustrated that you can see him. He's like, I'm going to sit on this till he comes out, try and get this kill, even with Flash available. Svenskeren should be able to finish that, counter jungling up and be able to take down first turret, though, with Rift Herald on the side of EG. And Fires, this is just...
Licorice has the ulti, though. He's going to use that, trying to defend here. Rift Herald will still get the charge. It's going to be so close to dead, but not quite there. But considering the state of Licorice's health bar, they know they can't just win the 2v2 in open ground. FlyQuest has to back away. Nicely done from EG to grab the first turret, and with it, the gold lead.
And so much of this early game is looking at a lot of more solo queue style things. It's a lot of these individual matchups that are burning cooldowns and creating
What the hell was that?
For junglers. That's the Zoomer mechanics, Flowers. I don't know about you. I can't pull that one out.
I don't have that APM. I play Skarner.
That's why they promoted Danny, okay? Right on cue. We're looking at the solo queue climbers. Honestly, though, because they're creating so many openings with burning summoner spells within lanes, pushing these waves like this, building these big waves for tower dives, I just love that it's just constant opportunity after opportunity here, and really allows some of this shot calling to really shine in the early stages of the game, which has been back and forth and leads us to a much more exciting kind of mid-game here when we do have to transition to thinking about the compositions overall instead of the more individualized duels, 2v3s, that we've actually seen so far.
Okay, nice sleepy trouble bubble down here onto the Tristana. Jizuke losing 2/3 HP, not wanting any more of that. And now with the first 2 Drakes being split, we also don't have that game state where one team feels like they are compelled and they must answer the next Drake 5 minutes from now.
And that was without a Ludens completed, okay? So Zoe's already getting scary here. Once the Ludens does get completed, that's where, Danny, Jizuke, Svenskeren, even Ignar, all going to have to be very wary of any angles around Palafox, and we're going to see an increased investment in these control wards through the river, as we're again are going to have an Infernal Drake coming up very quickly here. So the EG doing their best to clear out any of those FlyQuest wards on their side. There's only one that remains towards their blue buff, so they've done a pretty good job of it, as well as trying to find little bits of info on Jose, because this Lee Sin has actually created a decent amount for them.
Yeah. Johnson's defending solo down here in this bottom lane. Should be just fine on that. He is Ezreal. Divine Sunderer completed. The item is incredibly powerful right now in the current state of the game. Ezreal makes wonderful use out of it, stacking up towards getting that tier evolved all the way for when he can get the Mana Moon into the Muramana. Over there on the other side, Night Harvester done now for Rumble for all that extra upfront damage in the middle of a team fight with a multi-man equalizer. Immortal Shield Bow for Samira. Very important that she has some sort of a lifeline when she dives in there and tries to go for those critical resets. But down here in the bottom lane, let's see if this actually interrupts. Nicely done. Danny's having to run away now. He's in a 1 versus 2. Tries to block enough of the damage here. Exhausted on the ulti. He gets about half of Johnson's HP, but Danny is now on the run. Jose Deodo going in, guaranteeing that he's going to grab the kill, and he takes out the EG80 carry.
Exactly what we just spent, 5 minutes going over. Again, it is lanes creating openings. Johnson goes aggressive on him, burns the shield bow, both summoners, and then jungler opportunity.
Ready to go, baby.
Lee Sin comes in, easy kick into the wall. You cannot miss that Q. It's actually impossible once you're able to get the kick into the wall. Q there for the finish off. Again, though, it's about what your response is going to be. Bottom side play, you see 3 people there on the side of FlyQuest, means EG will invest into second Rift Herald. Yes, the rewards aren't as much, but taking down these outer towers is very important for this squad.
Okay, especially with the gold being dead even now after that tower was taken. Another close game here. Rift Herald summoned up in the mid lane. The turret is already beneath half HP. This should be an insta-kill here with just the charge. We'll see in a moment. There it is. Yup. That means another turret going over to the side of Evil Geniuses and all the gold that entails. They will not get a second charge off onto the tier 2. Jizuke was not able to keep that Rift Herald safe enough from Palafox, who was already right there.
And one of the reasons why these outer towers are so important for EG to get down is for Ignar.
Yes.
We're talking about it in Chef Select. Ignar loves taking these deep journeys into enemy territory to find these recon angles to get these big engages for his team. And if he does get one of those, locks up multiple people, that means your Rumble, who is now approaching level 11 for the rank 2 ultimate, gets to be set up. Danny, though, is getting chunked down and teleport behind him.
Everybody's ready to go, though. There's a bunch of backup also coming in from the side of Evil Geniuses. Licorice trying to get himself back away, but he finds a 4-man knockup. He's likely to die, but likely does not mean guaranteed. Getting away with the power of the shields as Johnson moves forward with the Divine Sunderer. Jose Deodo still looking for some playmaking opportunities here. Sonic Wave down onto the enemy support, but there's enough mobility on Ignar to escape here. We're going to see FlyQuest continue to push up. Both mid laners still in that mid lane, but everybody else is down here bottom side.
And you see the timing of this attempted play is 1 minute 15 ahead of the Dragon. Here's another one.
Okay, the sleep will keep Palafox safe enough. He uses his real flash to get back over the wall. Tries to bring back a paddle star, but won't find much of anything there for the target. Palafox half health and almost completely out of mana, needs to find his way back to the spawn platform.
The timing of the attempted plays are important because of the cooldowns for your ults for EG are so big for the Dragon fight. They make sure to make this heavy investment. Hey, if they get the pick, it's great and they can get some gold and then you get to set up your wards first. But if they don't, there's plenty of time for Recon, Rumble, and set all these ultimates to come back up before the Dragon fight. Still 30 more seconds for those to tick off. Same thing for FlyQuest. Licorice was like, great, maybe I can get something out of this 4-person ult. He goes in there. It's very dangerous. Still gets focused down by people. The flash that he had to invest, of course, you're not getting that one back in time.
Right.
Maybe we'll see if the Wukong flash for this Dragon fight is that critical, because that can be one of the biggest differences in Wukong team fights, is actually having your flash for those ultis. So that part of the last exchange is going to be the thing that will be felt here on the Infernal Drake. Okay.
Both teams seem to want to commit for this one. Teleport coming in now to make sure that Evil Geniuses has everybody ready to go. Jizuke joining up with the rest of the team. It's FlyQuest who currently have control over the bottom side river, and having that control, having the setup, it means so much when you have a Zoe, because that's the tank, Kobe. That's your meatball in the front line that just got 75% HP.
Yeah, you can't build up grit if you don't have any health to start the fight to take damage with, so he has to recall and teleport.
But the fight's already started. They've already taken out the enemy support as Palafox looks to get away, but he's going to be shut down. They're going to find both enemy solo laners, but the objective's gone the way of FlyQuest. 3 versus 4 here on the map. Evil Geniuses won't find any more kills. So the Infernal Drake goes over to Fly, but they lose both Licorice and Palafox in the fight.
That's not going to be enough to start up a Baron, because they also killed off Ignar in this kind of split move there from EG.
Yeah.
But it is enough to at least push towards mid lane. They can't stick on the tower, though, so FlyQuest, while they give up 1 extra kill, getting the Infernal Dragon here to continue stacking that and getting that little bit of extra damage, when this poke comp does rely so heavily on this focus fire and the damage thresholds of, hey, can we 100% to zero somebody off of a bubble landing with, Ezreal and Karma and Zoe poke lining up? Teleport, though, we're not gonna even stop there.
Okay, Sonic Wave won't hit the target. True Shot Barrage will. Jizuke using the ulti just to make sure that the Lee Sin can't find some sort of a kick play. And they cannot close the gap in time. Tristana's ability to escape, very, very powerful when that's the target you're looking to collapse on.
Okay, deep breaths. Now we are into the mid game.
Okay.
We can finally start focusing on the goals for the comps overall. Here's another look at how they started out, though. FlyQuest, they immediately focus on the bottom side, on the objective, and on taking out Ignar, who was in position for a flank, but there was nobody else on EG to follow up on that. No damage was going to go with the recon. All the rest of EG were focused on winning the fight on the top side, where they jump on Palafox and get the 2 kills onto FlyQuest. So do get a little bit more money out of it. But again, the Infernal Dragon there for FlyQuest is actually quite big for building up any even tiny little bits of extra damage for this poke comp to see if you can get through that threshold between just chunking somebody out or actually killing them. And in setting up for these objectives. Meanwhile, for EG, focus so much on this vision, so much on trying to find that flank so that you don't have to stand and be targets for the poke comp ahead of these objectives. That's going to be the big key there. The flash timers on Ignar and on Impact are incredibly big in making the difference between can EG actually close the distance on this range advantage for FlyQuest.
Nicely done from Impact there with a face breaker to stun Licorice into his own clone. And now that he's in a 1v3, no amount of monkey business going to get you out of that one, my friend. He is gone, and Impact's getting paid. Up here in the top lane, Jose Deodo
bob and weave
for the chance to go after Jizuke here. Flashing in, has to find the Sonic Wave, and the strike will resonate all the way through.
Jose Deodo right there. You can see him right through. Doesn't even matter. He's blindfolded. I love that move, too. He flashes in to make sure he can get the E. And then once the E is on you, it's fine if your rocket jump over because he's going to land that Q every time. Snipes him over the wall. Really, really good stuff there. A lot of times, I love it when junglers are just walking at their opponents who are trying to dodge the skill shot because they think, oh, you just throw out the Q for the gap closer. They're wasting distance by trying to dodge. Here's how he got into it, though. Jizuke playing very aggressively on top side. Did get a little chunk on Palafox, but it opens him up to this kind of roam. Remember, though, that EG got a 3-person play on bottom side. Yeah, there you go. You get the reminder on the top of your screen. Okay, here, though. You just walk at him because you don't want to even take the chance of missing it. And then if you flash in for the E, that gives sight. So you're like, now I can't miss. I've got the sight on you by affording my flash here in for the E, making sure that Jizuke won't be able to dodge anything, won't be able to escape with his life. So Jose, like the play there, doesn't let it fall to chance. Very calculated.
Now, is FlyQuest going to be confident enough to take the open ground team fight against Evil Geniuses here in just a little bit over 1 minute for the next Infernal Drake? They currently have the lead 2-1, but they're down about 2,000 gold compared to Evil Geniuses here 24 minutes in.
Whew, definitely are. It's hard to keep track of gold numbers once all of this is flowing through. And yes, being ahead of gold, especially when you are the team looking for pushing out the side lane with your Tristan explosive shot, and then again, coming for these flanks on the poke comp to make sure you get the engage and it can actually set up for a Rumble Ultimate to really find that damage is going to be very big for them. Again, looking at the cooldowns of the flashes and the ultimates, Ignar has both ready, so this Recon is ready to roll. Sweeper being activated, try and find some openings through the vision. Doesn't get anything here as he does fall asleep off of the bubble, but you see even the recall. They're waiting for a teleport. Impact on set. Will he teleport? There we go. Okay. He does have the flank teleport. This is the flank.
This is it. Remember that Danny also has the collector now. This is so much of an opportunity for Samira to pop off if they layer this AoE correctly. Johnson having to get back now at about half HP. Impact's going to find himself the target here of 3 different players on FlyQuest, trying to go in and find enough to really be a threat with a sleep coming through and a haymaker going out. It's a nice stasis, able to keep Palafox alive here for a moment longer. Impact having to fall back, down to about 25% HP. Licorice now into the pit, looking for the kills on to 2. He's going to find the first one with Impact out of the picture already. Jose Deodo picked off now by the enemy mid. We got ourselves a 1-for-1 trade, but the important part is FlyQuest jungler is down. The steal opportunity is there, but Svenskeren has no way into the pit. So instead, it is a Drake over to FlyQuest, and they will move forward to Soul Point.
I feel like EG, I don't know if it was a comms breakdown, but they were not as concentrated on the flank as I thought they were going to be. Look at this. Teleport in from Impact. So he's coming with the angle, but it seems like the DPS gets distracted up there. Jizuke and Danny both go up towards the Ezreal Wukong, while Impact gets his flank. He's like, I'm behind him. I get the dunk. I got the setup. And then they're split. And you see Jizuke is going behind the Dragon Pit here, not in. And so it ends up being, even with EG finding their flank with the teleport, it's actually FlyQuest that have the better configuration in the team fight, because they are able to concentrate their DPS and focus fire finishing off the first target, getting to your soul point, getting to your third dragon, getting to your second infernal drake, further increasing the damage of this poke. When you are running the team against poke, you really have to have every second of your engage for these flanks, for the hard engage to really pay off. If you get distracted for a second, your DPS goes one way, your engage goes the other way. It's hugely detrimental because that small amount of time allows the poke comp, allows them to diversify into that fan configuration, and then they're easily able to focus fire your melee champions that did commit while your DPS is kind of, off there in Neverland.
Okay, so FlyQuest currently clearing out some of the vision around this Baron pit, this topside river. You can see they were trying to take down that mid lane tier 1 turret. They are currently only 1 turret compared to the 3 that their opponents have taken. However, the Rumble Equalizer, man, it's so good as that emergency wave clear button. Nope, we get one more wave of breathing time. Stops your opponents from being able to take those objectives out. We'll see Evil Geniuses pushing into the bottom side quadrant here of this jungle of FlyQuest in this blue buff area. Svenskeren stealing away whatever camps he can.
I gotta take a second just because when you see an overheat just kind of walking through the jungle, you're like, not efficient. When you're watching Xerxes, go through his jungle clears, he's constantly keeping his heat at 40 or 50. And 40 or 50 is the line between getting your bonus for your empowerment, but also keeping you away from the maximum overheat, unless you want to go for it. Here goes
okay.
Impact, though.
Impact's trying to buy enough time for the reinforcements to get here. Jose Deodo there with a Sonic Wave. Resonating Strike coming in now, looking to continue chasing the enemy top laner. Jose now down to 1/3 HP himself. Got to be careful about this one with Licorice looking to finish off the kill onto both enemy solo lanes at the same time, but he can't find either one until now. He's picking up Impact. He's behind enemy lines, but his buddies are doing a great job stopping the reinforcements from showing up in time. Svenskeren will continue marching forward here with the Flame Spitter on. A sleep onto Ignar, a kill onto Svenskeren. It's 3 down on the side of Evil Geniuses. FlyQuest might be saving a planet, baby, but nobody on Evil Geniuses is the planet, and they're all in the firing line.
It's the coordination from FlyQuest here. Really, really nice job with the teleport in. Precision on their collapse. This focus is really paying dividends for them. Again, they're able to take down the melee champions first with this focus fire. Really good job there by Licorice. Flash in at the end as well, picks up the kill. And now that's an easy set up for Baron. And you have to walk into a lot of this poke now. They love setting up on the objective. Zoe can turn around, throw the bubble here. It's just going to be a FlyQuest Baron.
And this is such powerful timing as well, because now they'll have this buff, they'll get back in time with a little bit over 1 minute to push out the lanes, and then the Infernal Drake spawns. If FlyQuest can secure this as well, it is an Infernal Soul. Infernal Soul in a poke composition, Kobe, that is scary stuff.
And guess what? With them getting the lead as well, because they have their own engage options with so much mobility on Lee Sin and Wukong, they get to choose these opportunities. So again, the coordination is really kind of the deciding factor in the last couple of these coordinated fights. This is a decent attempt at a brush gank from EG, but again, the mobility here on Lee Sin and Wukong, their frontline, their melee is so good at evading these attempts. That's why EG really have to commit if they ever do get that actual good angle on their flank. But extra wards from FlyQuest paying off. They are not fooled.
Yep. Evil Geniuses might have control over the river, but this is also one of the advantages you earn yourself by having a 3-1 Drake lead. If you think that your opponents are too well entrenched and you can't contest for the thing properly, give it up. It's not like they get a soul if they take it. Instead, FlyQuest have the opportunity to push for the tier 2 here in the mid lane. Impact will be underneath that turret, so they know exactly where he is. Shouldn't be possible for him to get a good flank here, as the turret will fall. FlyQuest now continuing to stay together. Some damage coming down. You're just going to see Johnson move forward, looking for even more onto Impact now. Impact's going to be forced to flash away. FlyQuest just continue pushing down mid lane. Yes, they won't be able to grab the Infernal Soul here yet. True Shot Barrage interrupting the recall of the enemy jungler and giving away a single Infernal Drake ends up getting FlyQuest a mid lane inhibitor. You take that trade, my friend.
It is the Infernal Soul, but with Baron buff, they're like, yeah, okay, we are definitely going to break inside of the base.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's interesting if we go back and evaluate it as an exercise. In the position that FlyQuest have with this advantage, do they even have to give up anything Could you maybe set up on the Infernal Drake, try and use your poke advantage, your range advantage? This game is basically exhibit A for why so many analysts always look at, hey, mid-game and late-game range advantage. How does this determine your setup for these objectives and the options available to each team? Regardless, though, because of the commitment, FlyQuest are able to get so much, with this Baron buff, pushing through. Yes, they don't get the Infernal Soul, but Inhibitor 1 is already dead, and Inhibitor 2 going to be under attack soon.
I just found it a very respectful play from FlyQuest, saying, okay, Evil Geniuses, they're already set up around the river. They know that the gold in the game is still very close, so they don't want to just try to run in there saying, all right, we'll just hard force it. Instead, they take what they can get. There's still the opportunity for that soul here in under 4 minutes. Next Inhibitor turret has already been destroyed. They've got Baron for only 10 more seconds, though.
Exactly. Like you're mentioning FlyQuest, with the respect, they're not going to even let any chance where they don't have complete vision. Yeah. So like the only way that you can do anything in this game is if you have better vision and you're able to sneak up. Here we go, Rumble ultimate down.
Okay, Rumble ulti comes in, but the Karma's doing a good job looking to keep him safe. Licorice likely to die here in the middle of everybody with a shutdown going over to Jizuke. Evil Geniuses killing the enemy top laner. They will hold the Inhibitor there in the top lane.
Ooh, by the slimmest of margins, Flowers, that Inhibitor survives. They pull the trigger immediately. Maybe like 2 more attacks there from Johnson would have been able to finish off that Inhibitor. So EG,
or WN1.
They jump on it. Exactly. They jump on it. They do defend the base for now, but those doors don't regrow. The top and mid are going to be wide open. Yeah, wide open for a while. FlyQuest now do get the reset afterwards. Licorice did end up going down, so a little bit of gold there in the pockets of EG. But again, this problem of the range discrepancy doesn't get easier to solve. It still has to be the same things for EG. And you see Ignar is immediately back out there. He's like, where on this map can we create a pocket of fog of war to find that play? He's always looking to try and map out that play for EG to get the big team fight, to make the comeback. Try and get behind them. It's going to be so difficult because guess what? Ezreal, not only does he have this huge range advantage over so many champions, but with the new builds, with the buffs to the Sunderer, as well as Frozen Heart over the last couple of patches, and its synergy with Muramana, having the mana actually not be kind of dead stats and actually turning into some damage there. Yeah. It's a very tanky build too. Yes, it's annoying poke, but they also buffed the percentage health damage and even the range healing percentage conversion there too for it. So definitely, even if he gets aggressive, sometimes it can be super hard to take him down.
Plus, look at the amount of grievous wounds on the side of FlyQuest. You have the Chempunk Chainsword for the Ezreal, so 60% reduction there, as well as the Putrefier on Dreams. Okay. They know that they're going to stop the reset from Samira, but now it's the engage coming out from Evil Geniuses. They've already killed Johnson, they've already killed Dreams, they've already killed the enemy mid laner as well. Palafox is gone. Double kill back over to Samira. I'm saying they're going to shut him down, but it ain't happening today. Jizuke split pushing here in the top lane. It's Tristana getting it done. Jose Diodo here in a 1v2. Evil Geniuses in the enemy base. Licorice against the world to hold the Nexus.
They don't waste any time, Flowers! They find the pick!
Let's see how he does. It's Licorice going in. Ulti going to be used. Ulti 1 is down. Remember, there's still the second one. This is what you were talking about, having the flash, making sure you're able to stay on top of the opponent.
Hero play.
Licorice keeping him away. Getting the flash out of Jizuke. Impact now in a 1v1 against Licorice. Jizuke working his way back up. Impact ready to have the Haymaker just about off cooldown. Licorice wants to get away, but he's caught on the very edge of that grand entrance. Still trying to fight, still trying to stand. Dreams is back alive. He'll be here to defend in time. The game will not end. The Nexus turrets will not fall. But damn, was that spicy. Nice shot from Dreams.
And they keep on firing. Impact gets chunked down. Baron is up.
Dreams is a little bit far forward. Jizuke, baby. There's the Tristana aggro at the right time.
Oh my goodness. I really thought that might have been the decisive play that EG could actually turn into a quick incision into the FlyQuest base. But some heroics from Licorice by so much time and threat there that they save their Nexus. It might still end up costing them a Baron unless Ezreal can steal. Jose's here as well. He can jump over.
Okay, Jose Diodo ready to try to smite fight for the Baron. Sonic Wave comes down. It's Jose Diodo stealing away the Baron for FlyQuest. Evil Geniuses looking like they're jumping back into the driver's seat, but not on Jose's watch, baby.
Jose gets here. This is with Svenskeren dead from the earlier play, so Jose has the only smite in town. He gets the Baron buff for them. It comes at the cost of 1,000 gold shutdown, though. going over now onto Dragon. This one will mean Soul Flowers.
What an incredible turn of events. I was just talking about how hard it'll be for Samira to reset with the Grievous Wounds, and then the team fight power of EG in the bot lane to start all of that off. And it ends up with FlyQuest now feeling better than they were before with a Baron, with an Infernal Soul. Holy moly, what a sequence of events.
I love it. LCS games deliver from beginning to end. Let's take a look at the pro view here on the jungle steal. I think we even get audio.
Yeah. Easy. Nothing to it but to do it.
Feels so nice as Lee Sin. Land the Q, slide right on in. Good smite from Jose as well.
Okay, so now you've got the Lee Sin with the Guardian Angel too. That means Jose will have no fear jumping in there to start off these plays, make things happen. 2 minutes on our Red Bull Baron here for FlyQuest to try to use this, get whatever control over the map they can. Remember, there are 2 exposed inhibitors in the Evil Geniuses base right now.
And again, the lesson kind of hammered home with that last play. Ignar found his bush. Guess what? It was the bush by his own tower, but still it's the opening he needed. He got the engage right onto Johnson, and they lock him up for the Rumble Ultimate. This is how that domino effect of intense plays actually started off, Flowers.
Yes.
There's EG, they waste no time. As soon as they see an opening, they have to go for it. They get that engage onto this FlyQuest team, not let FlyQuest use their range.
Okay, Impact's going in. We've already got the fight started. Licorice taking a lot of damage now, trying to spin and get away. Survives with about 10%, but no! The execution from the bomb and the Gale Force. Jizuke picks up a kill, and it's critically important. Mid lane tier 2 turret about to fall here. Nice sleep on the enemy AD carry. Jose de Odo not wanting to go in on that one. Sonic Wave over the wall won't get much. A good pick for Evil Geniuses. Pumps the brakes a bit on the FlyQuest aggro. The Sleepy Trouble bubble flies out yet again, but it won't find a mark. True Shot Barrage looking to follow it, but again, not finding targets. Evil Geniuses stalling this Baron out.
You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge an Ezreal ult and a bubble and a paddle star and everything.
And another bubble. And another bubble.
FlyQuest are throwing out. Beach balls included, yes sir,
Yes.
as well. These super minions are heading up towards the top side. One more wave until they get to the actual Nexus turret, which side lane inhibitors being down, by the way, as a small aside, are more valuable than mid lane inhibitor being down.
Everybody's mid anyway.
Because also, side lane and super minions can focus on the Nexus turret on just one of them, and they will eventually, if you leave them alone, make that work themselves. Meanwhile, the mid ones, they kind of split focus.
They get distracted.
Exactly. They get 2 shots in there, burning them down. So side lane inhibitors, quite valuable, and they use that to get the last, I believe, secondary turret for themselves on the side of EG, racking up what is now, comparable gold. Honestly, it's, the ward slots more valuable right now. You can see a lot of these last inventory spots being.
I love this. I love how close this game is. Kobe, I'm feeling like this is going to come down to 3 minutes from now and the fight at the Elder Drake. Both teams are so close in terms of power. Yes, there's the soul over on the side of FlyQuest, but we've seen what happens when Evil Geniuses hits all of the AoE ultis that they need to find. With Samira and Rumble and Rakan and all of these champions, it's so strong.
It's at these points in the game where you need to retain your focus more than ever. Somebody on FlyQuest needs to mark Ignar. Where is Ignar at all times? They have to be asking themselves that. Impact has teleport, so you need to sweep for these wards behind you so that Impact doesn't get a teleport behind you, and then consistently check every single brush for Ignar so that EG don't get this hard engage on you. Because if they don't get that hard engage, with the Infernal Soul, the poke you can see even 2 skill shots landing, it's 50% to 60% of somebody's life. So that is all you have to keep in mind.
It is a lot of threat from an incredible distance here for the side of FlyQuest. Evil Geniuses, though, every single summoner spell in the game is up except for Impact's Flash. Lots of playmaking, lots of play avoiding available for both sides. So this next team fight is likely to be incredibly chaotic. Ignar wants to go. The Equalizer's been summoned up. Ignar looks for the grand entrance, finds it onto Jose de Odo, but he only loses about 30% HP. That's a lot of big, powerful tools down. And Licorice is in the enemy base.
Yep, that's a swing and a miss. And you know what that means for FlyQuest? Ooh, actually, maybe they get a collapse here onto Licorice. Impact, it does use Stridebreaker for a little bit of extra range, and Licorice immediately pulls back.
Licorice recognizing the threat in time, does not want to try to trade his life for an inhibitor, not with Baron spawning in 45 seconds. He will back away. Evil Geniuses won't get a whole lot. Yes, those cooldowns on the ultis are pretty short at this point, and they're just about ready to go again.
As soon as you make that attempt from EG, you have to pull back immediately to defend because they know that you're waiting on your Recon combos. Guess what? Ignar's ready to go again. Still has Flash. Rumble Ultimate's right back up as well. They can try the play. Last time they tried to use Rumble Ultimate for a slow just to allow Ignar to get within range and find the pick, but too far, so aren't able to find purchase, and then immediate retreat there because you don't want to take too much damage upon exit. I love watching this push and pull, Flowers, because it's so intense, this late into the game. As you approach 42 minutes, Elder Dragon is only 30 seconds away from coming on to Summoner's Rift.
We also have a full build Jizuke with 100% crit chance here on Tristana. Incredibly scary stuff. Johnson also full build here on the Ezreal. While Danny is not full build, his 6th item slot is occupied with a stopwatch on a powerful reset champion, so he might as well be. Both these teams squaring off for the Baron now. It's down to 40%. Jose de Odo here in the pit. Svenskeren on the backside here with that blast cone. Could go over the wall with it if necessary. FlyQuest doing a good job poking at Evil Geniuses before they're able to engage. Impact down to about 30% HP. The Baron's going to be secured, and FlyQuest are the ones wearing purple. Impact and Ignar both injured. The rest of Evil Geniuses still full HP. They'll march down into the bottom side river, but a teleport is showing up. We're going to cut them off. But with a teleport now being used, Evil Geniuses look to turn the tide. Svenskeren's going to be killed immediately, but he's traded back for Jose de Odo. Jizuke unstoppable. FlyQuest still looking to fight back, but it's going to be so very hard with Licorice coming back into the fight now. Bonk and Ignar over the head there with a stick. Evil Geniuses, 3 versus 4 here on the map, trying to outplay this one, trying to outmaneuver. Danny's still full HP. He's just about ready to go. He's going in after Licorice, who uses the clone to get away there, but the ulti's still doing the damage. Wukong looking for the escape, but a Guardian Angel's going to be triggered. Johnson ready to jump over the wall if needs be, but it's going to be a very difficult situation to navigate. Evil Geniuses once again looking for the kill onto the FlyQuest top laner, but he goes in here with a Cyclone. He's going to be killed. Damage coming out with Johnson going in. Danny's about to die if he's not careful, and yes, he can't be careful enough. FlyQuest, the only enemy player left for them is Impact. They're still here with the Elder Drake. They can pick this one up very easily, and we'll see what they do after.
What an exciting exchange, as they had vision of the teleport, so as soon as they know Licorice is using the teleport, you actually like the call from EG. They immediately try and jump. They turn on FlyQuest. They reach for the engage, but FlyQuest are still able to evade, and they eventually close the loop. They will finally be able to taste those rewards, Flowers.
And they shall be rewarded indeed. Mid lane inhibitor just evaporates in front of their eyes. Still 25 seconds on both of these incredibly critical marksmen for the side of EG. They will try to defend here against the push of FlyQuest. Sweep finds its way onto the set. He'll look to stay alive as Johnson's going to get caught and likely killed off here, but he's still kept alive somehow by the power of the shields. There's Karma, baby. Johnson goes on a rampage.
Karma good. All right, we see it once again. Johnson barely survives there. The new Ezreal build, quite tanky, a little bit deceptively at that. FlyQuest won't be able to finish off the game, though, with those heroics from EG. Again, here's another look at it. It was a teleport down bottom, so Wukong is not here. They take the short 4v5, jumping onto FlyQuest, and then FlyQuest know they just have to buy time for Wukong to get here. Once Licorice gets here, they can clean up, and then they circle in on EG, throwing out the poke. Sometimes the cornered prey is the most dangerous, though, because that's when EG will just turn and attack, and they all try and fight their way out of this scenario. Meanwhile, off of the Guardian Angel, that went on for another 30 seconds.
Oh no, Palafox just used his... Oh no, never mind. That was a stolen one. It was Zoe.
Zoe's got a lot of tricks.
My bad. I got bamboozled there for a moment. And the thing that I took out of that replay the most was Danny was at 30% HP from True Shot Barrage and 1 Q. That's that poke that you were talking about. That's how 2 projectiles can mean go back to the base and heal up because you're in trouble. A spicy game indeed. That's what we love to see. 19-21 at 45 minutes.
Yeah, you know, we've got jalapenos, we've got habaneros, we've got Carolina Reapers, and we've got LCS, baby!
FlyQuest themselves just going, I want to see how it ends, and so
they
do
burned
I.
their tongue.
Here we go. Licorice jumped on a little bit here as Impact's able to find the engage on the enemy top, but he gets back out in time. Doesn't even lose much HP. Again, Karma so effective against Rumble. The power of these shields negating that powerful AoE of the Equalizer. True Shot Barrage goes out. True Shot Barrage just finding itself a field goal there between the uprights.
Licorice.
As Licorice continues to back up. He knows that he can position pretty aggressively like this because he has that Karma backup.
The Guardian Angel was so big last time around, though, and now he's sold it and gone with the Stone Plate. Maybe the Stone Plate buys as much time. You have to see about the survivability of these active items in these late game scenarios. Those few seconds mean so much.
Okay, so the Elder buff has expired. Elder and Baron both not on the map for another 2 to 3 minutes. We'll see if FlyQuest can find anything in the absence of those buffs as Palafox just explodes, and Impact's ready to go in, looking for even more. Evil Genius is finding what could be the most important window of the game right here, right now. Grand Entrance locking down 2 enemy players. Licorice burning up under the power of the Flame Spitter from Svenskeren. Goes over the wall, stays alive. Electro Harpoon not hitting the target. Jose Diodo separated from everyone else, but mobile enough to get away.
Flowers, we're approaching 50 minutes in this game. 41 kills racked up here between EG and FlyQuest, and it's been so fun because of the differences in the teams really coming to light. EG is one of the teams where you would most want to see them on these comps, where they have to go for these split-second decisions. They have to go for these hard engages. You see there, no hesitation. They immediately cut down another FlyQuest member. Palafox is looking for the poke. Like, this is what you need to do with your advantage, but Jizuke gives him the bazooka.
That was so much damage. What was that? ER2 autos, kaboom. Say
Kaboom.
good night. And Jizuke having a real nice game here so far. 417 CS, 9-4-3 on this Tristana. Having a couple very critical picks here to burst somebody down and set his team up for a spot of success. Under 30 seconds until Baron. 90 seconds until the Elder Drake. These will not be synced up. We have an entire minute of gameplay where teams can posture around the Baron without worrying about a trade for that Elder buff. We'll see if either side decides to prioritize that super heavily here at the start, or if we're just going to go back and forth here in the mid lane and have ourselves a team fight.
Oh, I definitely want another fight here. You see FlyQuest throwing out the poke once again, trying to soften them up. Most important thing is vision toggles right now. The control wards for FlyQuest, the vision advantage is towards the top side. So that's where Palafox is hovering. He needs to throw these out for more safety. He can't get much again like that again. Does have flash away. Ignar in.
Ignar looking for the flank. Licorice already there, ready to respond to him. Finds a little bit of damage, but more importantly, scares him away as Jose Diodo gets back over the wall here. Jizuke continuing to be so aggressive with his positioning, stepping forward, daring his opponents to try to catch him out. He does have the flash to try to get away. True Shot Barrage hits Svenskeren, but not for a whole lot of damage. Sonic Wave won't find a target here. FlyQuest and Evil Geniuses just continuing to dance back and forth in mid. Nobody wanting to give up the mid lane to move over towards the Baron pit. Instead, we're going to have the Equalizer coming down and FlyQuest trying to get away. Licorice here using ulti number 1, now re-engaging with ulti 2. Svenskeren popping the stasis, trying to stay alive there with that one, but he gets away now with a flash. Ignar also kicked away by Jose Diodo. Danny still looking for a chance to go in, go to Reset City. Is he going to do it? He tries, but the flash away from Palafox just in time means no kills somehow here in this mid lane.
Give me 80 minutes of this, Flowers. We'll bring it back. 80 minutes.
I've already drank 3 water bottles. I can't do 80 minutes of this. There's no way. It is humanly impossible. We got a teleport coming in. FlyQuest recognizing that both of the super buffs are on the map. They cannot allow Evil Geniuses to just take those away uncontested. Elder Drake will drop incredibly quickly.
It's okay.
Okay. Jose Diodo's at about 10% HP. This is very, very risky for the side of FlyQuest, but they're going to go in. They're going to try to fight, it looks like. Equalizer used here again. Elder Drake secured by the Evil Geniuses. Now can they make a play happen after the fact? Not quite yet. They only get the Wukong clone, but FlyQuest have such low HP. EG, you'd think they could just march it over to Baron too.
Yeah, if you get touched with the Elder Dragon now, you're just dead. Jose and Dreams would be dead men walking there if any stray skill shot from anyone on EG was able to land on them. EG secure the Elder Dragon here off of the big chunk, and I have to say it, Jizuke going aggressive. He chunks out Jose, forces the FlyQuest jungler. No threat of the steal there. FlyQuest know they cannot commit to it, so they give up back-to-back end game Uber objectives to the Evil Geniuses, fighting against this poke, fighting against this range advantage all game long. You know how annoying that is?
Super annoying. Super annoying.
It's your friend flicking your ear for 20, 30, 40 minutes just flicking your ear and you just keep swatting it away, getting these picks, getting these kills, and they finally have the advantage here with the double Uber buffs, looking to make a beeline straight for the finish.
And the teleport is already coming in. Ignar has the flash. Impact looking to approach here from the flank. FlyQuest, they do not want PvP for the next 70 seconds at least. Yes, they'll have to deal with the Baron for another 2 minutes, but that next 1 minute with that Elder Drake up is so very important. We've seen how close people come to dying in these fights. That 20% execution will be huge, Kobe.
Okay, look at these items for active items. We have the Stone Plate available. We have Zhonya's available on both sides. Guardian Angel will be active for Licorice. Last time that was so big. He doesn't have Flash, which allows the Wukong ultimate to really wreak devastation.
Here we go. Nope, okay. It's going to be Inhibitor Turret 1. Inhibitor given away for free. Again, don't fight when the Elder is active. They'll march it up topside. Remember, this Inhibitor Turret was destroyed earlier when it looked like Evil Geniuses might have almost been able to end the game. So it's 2 inhibs down. Now on the side of FlyQuest, they will continue trying to defend, continue not wanting any sort of a team fight until that Elder is gone. Rumble's Equalizer, he just used it. It's 3/4 of the way done. This cooldown, this ulti, is so easily usable and readily available.
15 seconds left on this Elder Dragon buff for EG. FlyQuest waiting out this timer. The clock ticking away.
There it goes again. Equalizer's coming out with Rakan going in, and Evil Geniuses looking to take the fight with the Elder. Why? They still got the chance. It's Danny looking to spin to win. FlyQuest somehow keeping everybody alive, and Evil Geniuses might get punished in time. 2 kills coming out. 3 kills going out. 4, 5. The Nexus stays alive, and it's an ace for FlyQuest.
70-second death timers. Run it back now. FlyQuest, they make the last stand at the Nexus. They fend off the Evil Geniuses with the last remnants of the Elder Dragon buff, and FlyQuest are victorious.
What a decisive moment for FlyQuest. EG make the call. They know they only have a few moments remaining on the Elder. They want to try to use it. They want to force the end of the game. But the death timers are so long at 53 minutes, and it's up to Evil Geniuses to just watch them march all the way across the map and take the win now. What a game here between these two teams, and what a win for FlyQuest.
Take a bow. Both teams put their hearts and souls into this game. Look at that.
What a game.
I, for one, look forward in 5 years to the replay files of this game. Evil Geniuses versus FlyQuest. The All-In versus the Poke. Double end game bonuses here for EG with Baron and Elder Dragon ticking away. The Nexus so close, and FlyQuest, they stand tall. Congratulations. No crowds here. We'll give you the cheers. Let's go. Woo!
There we go, boys. Well, there's only 2 of us, but we got headsets to amplify it, so it kind of makes up for a crowd, right?
Yeah.
Holy moly,
We should be the ones paying for this entertainment to be here.
They just got to give us some of the thunder sticks so we can do the full crowd experience here from the caster desk. But man, for FlyQuest, what a display of teamwork to be able to win there at the end. You were talking about, let's look at all the active items here between Guardian Angels and Zhonya's Hourglass and everything popping off there at the very end. What an incredibly hectic moment for FlyQuest to make the defense that the entire game rested on. For 53, 54 minutes of gameplay to all come down to one team fight like that. You love to see it. Here it is one more time.
We're going to have to slow this sucker down to look at each individual play, because FlyQuest, they do a good job of kiting back to their Nexus, to their fountain for the extra healing, and then coming back out because they know that EG can't dive that deep. And EG, maybe, you know, the pressure of the Elder Dragon running out leads them to that kind of extra dive towards the fountain, towards the laser.
100%. But I think that's what they're trying to do.
But, like, you can rely on the Baron buff at that point with the inhibitors down and a little bit more. Oh, my goodness. Okay.
That was an awesome. And then at the very end, you could see Jose Deodo still had the flash. He flashes forward point blank onto Danny to get the Dragon's Rage for the execution to guarantee that they wouldn't have the damage to just Zerg the Nexus down instead. FlyQuest properly kiting back after the engage, going to the fountain, re-engaging on the value targets, keeping the Nexus alive with half HP. And normally when you're playing a game of League of Legends, you think, okay, even if they ace us in their base, we'll respawn in time, it'll be fine. Rules after 50 minutes are a little bit different, my friend. Those death
Winner
timers
take all.
feel like an eternity, no matter where you are on the map.
It's definitely winner take all at that point. Yeah. As soon as I see them all dying, I'm like, that's it. They done it. You can run it all the way back. It is your championship run after you've succeeded in winning the team fight. All of the glory there, right back through the enemy Nexus. That was a fun one, my friend.
That was a treat to see. But for now, we're going to toss over to our boy Pastry, who's talking with Jose Deodo in our Verizon post-game interview.
Thank you very much. That was quite the marathon, Jose Deodo. Just first things first, coming off the chair there, how's it feel to win such a long game?
Well, it feels like we could win like in 25 minutes, but I entered like 3 plays in the early. Then we give Elder, we give Baron, we give everything. And yeah, I think this game should be like 25 minutes. The level 1 was really good. Anyways, I'm happy with the wins. Even we need the points, so even if we win like this, it's like wins. But I'm really like sad that we couldn't end faster because Rumble was really behind from early game. I was level 6 and he was level 4. I think I should won that anytime. So I feel like I played really well this game, even if we won.
What are the what's the communication like at the end of that game when like you're about to lose, they're on your Nexus?
Well, the comms are kind of messy. I didn't hear anything at the end. I was like, yeah, we need to kill everyone, and everyone was killing targets. I just saw a play from Tristana and I went for it. I think Tristana was the most damage in the Nexus, so I just went for Trist. Besides that, it's like really hard to catch up to comms because it's like 15 minutes, no one wants to lose. Also, we are pressured by Elder and Baron, so it's like really hard to catch up with the comms. But I feel like it's not too much we can do at that point. We really throw like 15 times a game, so.
Yeah. Makes sense. So how are you feeling about your early game then? Because as you said, you did have a lot of really good plays on the Lee Sin. First of all, what are your actual just thoughts on that champion in the jungle? We haven't seen it that much, but we're starting to see a little bit more of it.
Certainly, with this buff in jungle, like respawn timers a little longer, and also you don't get this much punish of being behind an XP. And if you can play like level 1 sim base into Rumble, it's really good. So when you have this early lead, I think this game should be like really easy, as I told you, because Rumble cannot invade my top side because his W starts most of the time. So he's kind of like trying to secure his level 3, and at that point I was like really ahead in timer because Lee Sin is way better than Rumble, and even if he's not leash because we invaded level 1. So any games can be like Lee Sin flex, at least for us many games can be. I think it's really good pick right now to flex more than anything.
All right. And you said like you feel like you wish the team obviously had been able to take this game a little bit earlier. Just thinking about the team now, what do you feel like are the next steps to work on? Because the talent is very obviously there.
Well, certainly in the screens we've been doing really well. Obviously, this doesn't show up today or yesterday. But I think when we finish this little mistake that we are doing of finishing the games or like pressuring more the map, I think we can be really good. Obviously, we improved a lot from last split. I think obviously from winning this game, we will obviously lose last split. So I think it's, at least we take it up. So yeah, I think we need to work on little mistakes. Most of them are early games. Like yesterday in Nordeos against the Ignitas that we messed up a lot in early game. So yeah, I think that's the most important.
Well, certainly playing with a lot of flair. Congratulations on the win today, even if it was a long one. Jose Deodo, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
All right, with that, we are going to throw it to a break, but don't go too far away. Team Liquid and CNN are coming up right after this.